Welcome to Sketching Up. We are back with another episode of Sketching Up. Today we are going to do some video game / Nintendo hot takes. Give a little news as well. And then that's probably going to be it. That's going to be it for the day. So just a short and sweet episode. If you are surprised by this drop, we are going to try some new days, starting with this one today. So it was a little quicker to turn around these episodes. But you know what? That's just better for you, the listener, at the end of the day. So I'm Chris. That's Matt. We are the hosts of Sketching Up. Matt, how are you doing? How's it going?
I'm good. I don't know about you, but we're getting a heat wave here right before July 4th weekend. You have anything fun planned for July 4th, or are you just hanging out?
Just hopefully hanging out. I have the week off of work, so I'm getting a lot of the podcast stuff done early, so I have the end of the week to myself. We might go up to Dallas.
Fun.
Which is about a 4-hour drive. Indifferent on it. Would love to go up there, see everybody, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, would love to just stay home and do nothing for an entire week.
That's fair.
So we will see how that goes. But yeah, nothing crazy planned out or anything like that.
Yeah, same here. Since I live in Philadelphia, it's the 250th, obviously, of the birth of America.
To be fair, everywhere in America, it's 250th, not just Philadelphia.
But in Philadelphia, where we were established as a country, there are huge celebrations. On top of the celebration is happening the same day as FIFA World Cup is going to happen. So
at least Team USA playing.
I have no idea who is playing. I always found it really weird that they were always playing on the West Coast and not the East Coast, especially because of all this.
I agree. I thought they just played in Jersey, though.
Did they? They may.
I don't know. I thought they did. I have no idea.
I know right now Brazil and Japan are on, and they're in your town right now.
They're in Houston. Yep.
So they're playing a little behind the scenes of when we're recording. So you can look up when they played.
If you want.
Fun fact about the Japanese goalie: he's from Newark, New Jersey. He was born in Newark, New Jersey, and then when he was 5, he moved to Japan.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, so. Really cool little tidbit right there. But yeah, no, we're just going to be hanging out because the city's going to be crazy. It's going to be hot. I think I have one of my buddies who's going to come down, and I'm going to be making cheeseburger empanadas.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Send me one.
I'll send you a couple. I'll send you like a 6-pack, you know?
Yeah, send me a 6-pack one. That's great.
Yeah, and then you could just throw them in the toaster oven. Get them all nice and crispy.
Nope.
They're all good.
The how hot it is, they're gonna stay fine.
Yeah. That's fair.
The entire time.
That's fair.
It's always a heat wave here, by the way. So there is no heat wave coming through. It's actually been pretty good recently. It's hot, but like you can breathe outside in the shade. I mean, it doesn't get much better. Like it's nice.
So you're not getting any humidity.
There's humidity, but it's not as bad. I think when the storms came through, when that tropical storm came through, that's why it was so hard to breathe. But it's been a little better. They treated the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were really bad out here. They treated those, so it's actually not too bad. We're in a good spot right now. I went running yesterday. That was pretty rough. I did about 2.5 miles. I was trying to do more, but it was so brutally hot. I had to come back.
Yeah.
But like I've been able to, before this, I was outside working on stuff, like sitting outside working on stuff. So like, it's not too bad, especially in the shade. The shade is like prime right now.
It's prime right now.
My big thing going on is I bought a lawnmower less than a year ago and it already stopped working. So I'm pretty frustrated about that. I got to now bring it back to Lowe's. Shout out Lowe's for selling broken stuff and have them either refund me or replace it, which I'm sure is going to be fun. But like the blades just do not start anymore. They just decided we're done.
They just and they not going to spin. They just don't spin.
No, the battery turns on, everything. It's battery powered as well, which is not my favorite. But for what I was getting, it was exactly.
Well, that's the new wave of things because where I came from in North Jersey, you're not allowed to have gas powered machinery for like doing stuff.
Which
it was outlawed, which is good
understandable but dumb. But dumb. Like the reason a gas powered mower is so good is because it just has more power. So like mine shuts off constantly if the grass is a little bit too high. Constantly. if the
Yeah.
grass is a little bit too high. It's so frustrating. And now it just died. Now the grass was so high it just stopped working. So like it is what
Yeah.
it is, though. It is
Especially
what
with
it
the
is.
money you're paying for these things, it should be able
Yeah, I
to
mean, it was a
handle
cheaper
a
one. It was
little
probably
tall.
$250, but like
But
still
that's
250
still it still
bucks
should be able to cut a little bit of grass,
and
Like
last longer than less than a year,
yeah.
which this one did not do. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
that's rough.
whatever.
That's rough.
We're gonna do hot takes today. If you want to catch some really fun hot takes, I kind of told you one of them. I could tell you both of them here as well. We did some hot takes before Billy West joined Mad Props, so I just bring up Billy West because you produced that episode,
Yeah.
and also Billy West is a voice actor. It's very much sketching up. That's on Mad Props, so go head over to the Mad Props page if you want to check that one out. So I told you one of them off air. It was that the Baha Men are not a one-hit wonder. They are an era band. Like, yes, they have one hit that has outlived everything else, but
Yeah.
they had that. They had the song "You Got It," "You're All That." They had "Best Years of Our Lives," and there's one more. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there was four that were like very relevant songs back in late 90s, early 2000s from the Baha Men. Also, I don't know if you know about the Baha Men, but they're like 50 people deep, maybe
Yeah.
more than that. There's a ton of them. It's not just like a group of four. It's like
No.
a giant list of people.
Yeah, I saw that. There was a comedian who's like a very um how do you call it? Like he's a prop slash like I guess like a physical comedy, and he was talking about how it's so upsetting to him that people know all the members of like Kiss, but they don't know all the members of the Baha Men because, like you said, they had some bangers and some platinum albums that came out, and they have Grammys and all of this, and no one knows who's
No
in the
one
Baha
knows.
Men group.
No one even knows who's in it, but they have so many people. It's like impossible to know. So I got you. Who Let the Dogs Out is the big one, right? That's
Okay.
why they called the one
Yep.
hit wonder. They have Best Years of Our Lives, which is the other one I was trying to think of. The Makes You Wanna Dance.
Yep.
Oh, it's a new, yeah. Best Years of Our Lives. Move It Like This, and then the song You All That. Those four songs were all hits. Then they had one where they covered Crocodile Rock that did pretty well as well. That was my argument. That's
Oh,
five songs
I
right
had no
there.
idea they did that.
Yes, that's five songs that were successful that they did that show that they're not just one hit. Now, again, one hit outlived all of that, but I said they were more of an era band than they were a one hit wonder overall. But
And
that's
I
my
would
hot
agree
take.
on that. I would agree on that because I also, and I haven't looked it up. I haven't really done the research like you have. But I can say that the Baha Men were featured in a lot of movies that were coming out at that time. Not
They
just Who
were.
Let the Dogs Out, a lot of different songs that they made were put into pretty popular movies that were coming out at that time.
Yeah, I can name a couple for you right now, because it's one of their biggest things on their Wikipedia page. The one I know them from is they were in the Rugrats movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Crocodile Rock was for the credits of the Crocodile Hunter movie.
Ah, that makes sense.
They
Okay.
have a Scooby Doo track. It's called Scooby Dee.
Hey,
Scooby Doo, and
there it
that
is.
Scooby Doo live action, the original live action.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They
Classic.
had another one that was in Chalk Zone, the show Chalk Zone. They had a lot of that
Yep.
were in Nickelodeon. They had one that was in the Garfield movie. They had one that was in Kicking and Screaming. So like the Best Years of Our Lives was in the credits of Shrek. Like that was probably why that
Yeah.
one was a hit. But that's where like all those come from. Like you're saying they were in all these different things.
Yeah.
That would be why. Also, they started in 1977, if you could believe that.
Wait, they started in 1977. They weren't just like a group that came together in the aughts.
Nope. They band formed in New Providence, Bahamas in 1977. That is
Wow.
crazy. That is crazy. First studio album was in 1985. And then Who Let the Dogs Out's in 2000. And then Move It Like This is 2002. And those are their two biggest ones. Those both charted. But
Wow.
yeah, both of
That
those
is
are on
pretty
there.
interesting. I would never have called that they were They were a band from the 70s.
So what is this? Where's the U.S.? 2 songs charted in the U.S. and that's "You All That" and "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Right.
But in Australia, where's this one? I think that's Australia, Austria, Canada, New Zealand. Now we're talking overseas, but they have 3 to 4 in all of those places. UK, there's 3. So I'm saying they were bigger than, just because in America we all know one song doesn't
Yeah.
mean they weren't a big band. But that was one of them. The other one's a little sillier, and I didn't go as hard on it. It was just more of an opinion I had from like 15 years ago, and it's that the name Lucy is more dog's name than is a human's name now today. Like
Right.
you know
Right.
more Lucy's that are dogs than you know Lucy's that are people.
Yes, 100%.
Because
Yeah.
Lucille's just not a name people go by anymore.
Yeah, I feel like that's a 1920s to like a 1950s name.
That's exactly what I said. I said from the 20s to like the 60s. Like
Yeah,
Lucille
yeah.
Ball is like the last one that like really pops. Then Lucy Liu was
Hmm.
also big, but like other than that, like I don't. There was John brings up the movie Lucy, which I didn't even remember about, but that's a thing.
Yeah,
Anyway, those are my
that's
hot takes from that
that's
episode.
that is that's a hot take, but I agree with that hot take. I do.
Well, I'm glad you agree
Um,
with both of them.
yeah, I mean, they were a fun band. I mean, who doesn't get hyped when you hear "Who Lets the Dog Out"? Like, who doesn't? Like, you have to be some type of monster to not be hyped when
Any
that
of
gets
those
played.
songs, honestly. Like you can literally put on any of those songs and get hype because they're all hype songs. They're not like slow. No, they're upbeat dance songs. They're a dance
Now,
band. Damn it.
now I have a little pertaining to music. Okay,
Sure.
I believe in restaurants, bars, and grocery stores, or even big box stores in general. Like, let's say a Lowe's, a Home Depot,
Sure. Walmart.
stuff like that. I believe if they put more time into curating a playlist that has like bangers from eras, like from the 90s, maybe in the 80s, the aughts, they have those and they have those playing in them, you're more likely to stay in those places. Now
Yeah.
here, let me give you an example. We were in Home Depot this morning. Okay. Went into Home Depot. They were playing like yacht rock. And it was killing me. I'm not a yacht rock fan. I never was. My old boss used to put those on all the time in our store, and I just used to
Mm-hmm.
want to pull my hair out. Then we went over to the Acme to do some grocery shopping. They had a killer 90s playlist going. We were in Home Depot for maybe 5 minutes. We knew what we had to get at Acme. Like, we just had a list, just stuff to get for the week, easy stuff. We'll probably go back right before July 4th just to get stuff we need to make for that day. But we said, no, we're going to get everything right now because we're jamming out to the music.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks ago, when the NHL playoffs were going on, I wanted to go to a bar that's right down the street from me. It's called Walk-ins Drinkery. If you're ever in Philadelphia, you want a great hot dog, that's where you go. They have great hot dogs. And it's like a sports bar. We go in there and Carrie came with me, but she just worked like a double shift. She was up late. She was up late the night before. She's half asleep, but she wanted to come get some snacks, have a drink, relax. I got into a conversation with someone next to me about the game, and she was like, the only reason I stayed there for that long was because they were playing an awesome aughts soundtrack, like aughts playlist that I was just singing to myself while I was having it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's why you ordered like 4 more beers while we were there. And you're
Yeah.
like, while we were walking there, she's like, I'll probably just have a beer and like have a snack, and then I may walk home early. No, she stayed there the whole game with me
Yeah.
because they were
Well,
playing.
Walmart already. So what you're saying is actually something they already try to do. The
Hmm.
reason you were at Yacht Rock is probably because it was in the morning when older people are coming to shop, and
Yep.
they try to
Yeah.
do it by era of the people that would be coming in. But Walmart has already started to do this. They have Walmart Radio, which is a curated list where, like, at certain ones, I think you can call in and say what you want to listen to and stuff like that. But it is an actual curated list at Walmart, and it's called Walmart Radio. And they'll play the number one hits during the middle of the day. Early in the day, they'll play old school stuff. Later in the day, they'll play new school stuff. Like, that is what they do at Walmart now. Like, this was probably 10 years ago they started doing it. Like, they used to just play music as you walked around. Then they actually started making these curated lists to be specifically for things.
Yeah.
I worked at a grocery store when I was in high school, and they used to curate the list depending on time of day. They would play stuff from like the 60s and 70s. If I had the morning shift, that would be playing early in the morning. Midday would be more of like 80s, 90s, and then the end of the day would be more of like new age stuff, because most of the time it's still parents that would listen to that 80s, 90s, but they're coming with their kids now, and it relaxes their kids more to hear what they want to hear. So it is put that way, actually, for most of those big stores have done that research and do it that way.
I think I'm noticing it more because, like, living in a city now, we don't normally use our car to go to places, so we're taking our time more often in places, and we're not just getting everything where you could, when you do have a car, you could just get everything and throw it into your car. Now I have to like really pick and choose, so you're not carrying like 90 pounds of groceries back to your home. So now I'm really tuning into what they're playing, and some places I like, some places I don't. The Sprouts Market, they've been throwing out bangers every time I walk in there. It's bangers.
I'm sure grocery stores are like definitely number one on the playlist. They need to have a playlist. They need to keep you in there as long as possible.
Yeah. I do want to bring up, because it's one of our favorite shows, starting July 1st, Chappelle Show is going to be on Tubi. And I think maybe we do a little watch. We do a little watch, and we talk about some of our. Well, I think we should do a contest of what some of the best skits are.
I don't even have to do a watch to do that. I watched so much of Chappelle's Show. I could probably re-incite every single one. It's funny because Chappelle's Show is one of those. It's like, you thought it went like 15 seasons, and it basically went like 2.
Yeah,
because season 3 he's not there anymore or whatever. Like, really only went 2 seasons. And Chappelle's Show has my favorite thing, because when you watched it on TV, the episodes felt like 5 minutes, because they would do a 2-minute skit and go to commercials immediately.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time. Yeah,
they never like have like 5 things in a row, but the skits were just longer than you remember. They're just so good, they feel quick. But like, you would be like, wow, weren't we just at commercial? And then it would go back to commercial. But I could probably reincite every single Chappelle Show thing, because it's one of my favorite shows of all time, and I've seen it a million times.
I think we should do a bracket for Chappelle Show. I think it deserves it. Let's think about it.
I think that's good. I think we just do a bracket for Chappelle Show, and you could just put everything in there. You basically just have to go to the SNL skit and take the characters out of it, because he did that thing with all his characters on SNL when he went and hosted
which is hilarious. And then I just want to say, for everyone, if you have not started to watch My Adventures with Superman, you got to get on it. It's 3 episodes in so far, and it is so good. And I have to say, since you just had a voice actor on Mad Props, these voice actors are awesome. I think one of my favorite voice actors on here is Ishmael Saeed, who plays Jimmy Olsen. He's freaking hilarious, and is now probably going to be, when I read Superman comics, is going to be my voice for Jimmy Olsen. That's how much I love it. You know how you read stuff, and I have my Batman voice, I have my Superman voice, you know.
Spider-Man is the Spider-Man video game for me now. I love that voice actor.
That's a very good voice actor right there, because I've only watched the YouTube playthroughs, but he sounds so good.
He crushes it, though. He crushes it.
Yeah, he crushes it. But yeah, no, I just, it's a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of fun. You could see that they're expanding, because they just introduced Jessica Cruz in the last episode, and that is one of the Green Lanterns, and that's who the My Adventures with Green Lantern, that's going to be coming out, I think 2027-ish, is going to be around, which is a lot of fun, because honestly, if they the My Adventures of Superman is taking a little different spin on Superman, where he doesn't really he finds out he's from a different planet, but he discovers his powers as like a adult. So he's already at the Daily Planet and he's just discovering new powers like his heat vision, his ice breath. He figures out that he is bulletproof when he's already an adult. And then you find out that like Krypton was more of like a conquering civilization and they were trying to conquer Earth instead of like sending their son to Earth to protect him. They like sent him there, yes, to protect him, but they were also looking into conquering Earth and taking it over and making a new Krypton there. So, and it wraps into like from the Superman animated series, like in that Brainiac was a AI that Krypton created. This is that too. Brainiac was a product of Krypton. So it's kind of in that vein. It's a little different storytelling, and I think it's just so much fun. You get to see now we have Cyborg Superman in the mix, and I really like how they're doing Hank Henshaw. He is like a dude who's really pissed off at Superman, really pissed off at the world that they have accepted Superman, and now he's Lex Luthor turned him into this cyborg Superman and he feels the power. So it's a very interesting dynamic that's going on in Metropolis and in this show. So, and you have a Bizarro running around Metropolis and they have no idea. And so it's going to be interesting. And if you haven't watched the last episode, definitely watch it all the way to the end because we do meet Superboy. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but everybody on Twitter has figured out who that Superboy is because there's many iterations. I'm not going to spoil it here, but definitely watch it and then watch the credits. You're going to see who this Superboy is. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A little time travel dynamic in this one. So I'm excited. Nice. It's good. So
well, go
definitely
check
give
that out if you haven't already.
Give it a talk. And now we can go. Now we can go to our Nintendo talk. And you had something new that you posted in there.
I was reading about it. I don't know if it's even as noteworthy as it seems. So I read the title and put it in here. It says New Animal Crossing confirmed to release soon. But now that I'm reading it, I don't think it's like a new game. So Animal Crossing is about 6 years old, but it's the #1 selling game on the Switch.
Oh, wow.
Because of 2020, everybody owned it, right? Like
that's right. Yeah, everybody owned it then.
And
yeah.
Still, they still make everything. All this really talks about is in Japan, Baskin Robbins said there's a collaboration coming with Animal Crossing New Horizon. More specifically, the ice cream and cake chain has announced 31 Ice Cream Island coming soon. So I don't actually know what this is because it doesn't really explain. It says a new Animal Crossing New Horizon release has been confirmed to be coming soon. It's as a complete surprise. Animal Crossing New Horizons. This is from comicbook.com. Animal Crossing New Horizons was released in 2020, so it's getting up there in age in video game years, but it's both the latest mainstream installment and in the series and the one of the best-selling Nintendo Switch games. So it's not surprising to see it continue to hang around with some support, even if it is in typical Nintendo fashion, very minimal support. That said, the game is getting a new official unexpected collaboration, and then it goes into that. So I don't even know like what they're talking about because it doesn't say anything about an actual new game. It just says New Horizons coming soon. It's like, but New Horizons already exists.
Yeah.
So are they just getting more updates? I don't know. Well, because there was major updates back in January. So we're not even gonna get too much into it because I actually have no idea what's going into. Instead, we'll go right into the hot takes. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm excited.
Right into the hot takes. So these are Nintendo hot takes or video game hot takes. I have 2 Nintendo. We're gonna save one for the end because we have one that overlaps. But I have 1 Nintendo, 1 non-Nintendo on my list, and then the last one is definitely a Nintendo. One of them is one that I've had forever, and if Mary knows this opinion, she'll hate me because she loves the character I'm going to go against here. And then the other one is more of an opinion that I have that I think is a pretty hot take. So which one do you want first? You tell me which one you want first. I'll get mine first. You just tell me what you want.
Let's go with your non-Nintendo first.
All right, my non-Nintendo hot take. A lot of people say that open worlds are killing video games, and I don't necessarily think that's true. I actually think open worlds are great for video games. I think what's killing the video games is the laziness of open world concepts for a lot of developers. So, for example, NBA 2K has an open world mode, and it's very lazily done. It's just you run around, you can go to stores, you can buy things, and it's more for upgrading your avatar to move faster and stuff like that. It's just stupid. It makes no sense. That kind of open world is what's killing video games. Like the Legend of Zelda isn't killing video games. The new GTA we keep talking about, that's gonna be open world. Guarantee you it's going to be amazing. Red Dead Redemption is amazing. Like these open world concepts are great because it allows you to explore the world even further than we ever have before. The fact that people think that open world is killing video games, I just don't agree with. I think it's more of it becoming a lazy way to try to push more out of a game rather than the actual concept of the open world. So unless that's the opinion people have come up with and it just doesn't seem that way, that's kind of my take on that. Because I know the big opinion is people hate open world now because it's just like everything's open world concept.
Yeah, but I feel like that apart from the story, you have so much more to do. Like I don't know about you because I like to play like I don't play first shooter games like Call of Duty or
no, me neither.
All that other Fortnite and stuff like that. I'm just not good at it, and I just didn't. And the only like first shooter game I really played and was dedicated to was Halo because I love the story of Halo and I like playing the story.
I liked World at War, Call of Duty World at War. I used to play online with my friends, but I like the World War II aesthetic of a video game.
Yes,
it's really cool to me.
Yeah, like I played Call of Duty Red 1, which was based in World War II, and I love that, you know. But for me, it's like as soon as they decided to go with an open world type concept for, and I talk about this game all the time, Batman Arkham Knight. This made the game so much more fun. Like you can just go around and take out bad guys in the streets like Batman does. You could drive the Batmobile, which you could never do in any other game, and go around. And then you have all these side missions that have little stories that are a lot of fun to do. And then also on the same side, the Assassin's Creed games. The Assassin's Creed games are some of my favorite games. And once it got to a point where they were in like, now you can just walk around France or you can walk around Italy. You can walk around ancient Egypt or in ancient Viking times. Like it's a lot more fun. And people love like Assassin's Creed Pirates, Black Flag.
Yeah.
Like you sail the seven seas and you go around and you pillage ships and shit. Like that's so much fun on top of having a great story with everything.
I don't know if that's as much what people are upset about when it comes to the open world games. I think those ones that were like the foundation for it are people still hold dearly. Like Red Dead and like Spider-Man, Batman, those ones, like I think people still hold dearly. It's more of everything becoming open world now and the laziness of like I said, like they literally make NBA open world just so you buy more things.
Yeah.
So they're taking this concept that's great. But then there's other ones, right? Like where some games will have an open world concept and it seems cool, but all you're doing is like picking up coins. And it's like, well, what's the point of this? It could just be story based, map based, and be completely fine. It's funny because in going flopping the Nintendo really quick, like we haven't had 3D Mario in forever. Not that they have open world concepts, quote unquote, but you know, like the free ranging ones. We haven't gotten a 3D Mario where you could free range in forever. Yeah. So like we're talking about this, but like at the same time, it's been 2D Mario for years and years and years, which is kind of crazy to me. I can't believe it's been since Odyssey, which is 2017, since there's been a 3D Mario.
That's insane to think.
Crazy
about.
To think. It's almost 10 years.
Mario's such a good, like I say, quote unquote, open world type game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not actually open world, but it's free ranging. It's a free ranging game.
Yeah, like it, and I feel like they gave us a taste of like what it could be in like Mario 64, where you're jumping into different portals and going.
Yeah, I mean, places. Like Odyssey, you can explore these worlds fully. Like you can go. They're not huge, they're not crazy, but you can explore them fully. Now, that's not to say that Super Mario Wonder is not a good game. It's unbelievably good. But the fact that it's been almost 10 years and there's been 2 movies, like
Yeah.
you could have partnered it with a movie very easily, which the Wonder may have been partnered with the first movie, but the second movie did not have a mainline game partnered with it. Like you could have
Yeah.
partnered, which is, it's not a hot take I have written down, but
that's a hot take. That's a
Nintendo
good
being
one.
lazy, I don't even think that's a hot take. It's just a take. They are just lazy with what they're doing. It's just they'd rather rehash old games. They're almost like Disney. They'd rather rehash old things with new skin than give you new product.
Exactly.
But it's because when the new product comes out, you're going to attack it. You know what I mean? Like we were just talking about how New Horizons 6 years old, and it's like it's getting old in video game years. There hasn't been a 3D Mario in almost 10 years. Like it's been 10 years.
And like, how they don't think like, oh,
he's the mascot.
Let's have a Mario game ready to launch with the new movie. Like
with the movies,
it will hype up the movie so much, it will hype up the game so much, and like let's do it. Like I don't know how you're not like putting that together. Like it needs to be put together.
But they did put it together. It wasn't Mario though. They made the Star Fox one, which didn't even come out with the movie, but they introduced Star Fox. I could spoil at this point. It's been months. They introduced Star Fox in the movie, which we talked about at the time. I thought that didn't make any sense. Like he didn't even have to be in the movie, but they did that so they could open up that movie realm as well. But also the first Star Fox game in like 20 years is coming out or whatever it's been. So they did partner it with a game. They just decided to move it to the summer to give it better numbers, but it's just not a Mario game. It's just kind of crazy that like, it's funny that we can't get a new 3D Mario. They'll rehash old 3D Marios all the time. Like Galaxy and Galaxy 2, I believe, packaged together came out right before the movie Galaxy. Yeah. Of course they're going to do that. But like they'll put out the new Super Mario Brothers every year. A new version of new Super Mario Brothers every year. And the fact that we just can't get a 3D Mario is unbelievable. That game better be the greatest game of all time. Usually they are pretty close. If you think about the 3D Mario series, usually they're pretty like 64, Sunshine. Some people love, some people don't. But like Galaxy 2, like Odyssey, like they're considered some of the best games like ever. So they better continue that track record as it goes. Why don't you go with your first hot take?
So I switched mine up a little bit. So I have two Nintendo hot takes and I have one gaming hot take.
So start with Nintendo. So if we get all three,
cool,
then we can don't do the one we talked about where it overlaps. Do the other one.
Yeah. All right. So this one may hurt, but I think Zelda is the most overrated game. Like I really, I've played the 64s. I played Zelda on my Game Boy. It really doesn't do much for me. Now I haven't played the Breath of the Wild or whatever the crap. I've watched the gameplay. Honestly, again, it's very underwhelming for me. I'm just like, this is not what makes me go, damn, I should have a Switch. Like it doesn't do that for me. It's I think the character and the stories are a little bland in my opinion. And I just it doesn't give me that, oh man, I should really get a Switch. Now they're like the Spider-Man games, it's been knocking in the back of my head for years to just go out and buy a PS5 and get the Spider-Man games because they look fucking amazing. It's been knocking in the back of my head to get a new Xbox so I can play all the new I can play Red Dead Redemption on it. I can get the new Mortal Kombat's. Like I can do all that. Zelda just doesn't do it for me. I feel like he's such an overrated character, and that's why like I'm not really excited for his movie to come out or their movie to come out. Like Link to me is a spin-off of Legolas from Lord of the Rings. I'd rather play a Lord of the Rings game and play as Legolas than I would want to play as Link.
It's interesting that like you say the story part. So I love the Legend of Zelda games, but I will say like Breath of the Wild The first Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game. I know a lot of people like you're talking about Ocarina of Time and all these other ones, which I think are great as well. Like I enjoy all of them, and especially if you've played all of them. You don't have to play all of them, but if you have, you understand the story more, kind of thing. It's not like the MCU. Like if I haven't seen the TV show, I have no clue what the hell's going on.
Right.
Like if you play the other ones, it brings you back to other things. When I first started playing Zelda, like the first ones, I think I started with Wind Waker, which was on GameCube. I don't even think I started with Ocarina of Time. I think I started with Wind Waker. It took me
Yeah.
a minute to understand what the hell was going on because especially in the early ones, if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be completely lost. Like especially the early ones, like the NES. Like if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be lost. But the story part of it, it's funny that you say that because the story part of it, I think, is what draws so many people to it. It's not like a Mario game where you're just going and saving the princess. It's not like a Kirby game. This is just Nintendo speaking. It's not like a Kirby game where you're just trying to collect the stars or save whatever. It's more of like, Zelda, who the game's named after, is not even Link. Zelda is either trapped or something like that, but it's more of the backstory of Hyrule. It's the backstory of the equipment you get. And I think a lot of people like Zelda or The Legend of Zelda a lot because it's more like a role play game rather than
Mm-hmm.
a video game. Like it's more bringing you into a time period than it is like you just being playing a game, which Nintendo has a lot of. I think the reason you'd feel it gets overhyped is because it's so different from everything else on Nintendo. A lot of people are drawn to it. So like Mario, Kirby, Star Fox, all those are like adult friendly and kid friendly. Whereas Zelda, like a kid can play it, sure, but it's not like it's more like a Sony game or an Xbox game than it is a Nintendo game. I'm not saying they're the exact same, but like if you were to go for the two, you would put it more like those types of games, story driven, deeper games, rather than like I'm Mario, I'm going to save the princess, and literally that's the concept. That's it. There's no
Yeah.
deeper meaning to it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But playing through the entire thing of Breath of the Wild, I think saying there's no story to it is just completely false. There's clearly
I
story
just
to it.
it's yeah, there's story to it, but it's not a gripping story for me. I don't think it's that great of a.
Have you played any of them all the way through?
I've just watched playthrough.
See that's another thing though. So you're judging the game, you're judging the story
But
of the
yeah, but
game
it's not
based
the
on watching someone else do it. It's an interactive thing.
yeah,
Like
but it's not a big enough thing where I want to go out and get a Switch to play it. Like it's not getting me hyped to go get this console and then get the game and spend all that money to play it. Like it just
right, but
doesn't do
your
it for me.
your experience base that you're basing it on is watching someone else play it. So you're not now it's not just the game that's going to do it. It's the person, the people in the comments. It's the person that's actually playing. It's the commentary you're getting back. What I don't know if they're saying this is the most amazing game or this game sucks, but the whole point is you got to be immersed in the game itself. Like the thing about Spider-Man, when you can watch a Spider-Man thing, is there's so much action going on immediately that you're like, oh, it's a beat 'em up game. This is awesome, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
in the beginning of Spider-Man, the first thing you do is take down Fisk. Like you swing right in, you get right into the story, and you go. I will say Zelda doesn't necessarily do that. You have to build your way up, and that's why I say it's more like a role playing game or like one of those types of games where like you're building yourself into the character that eventually goes on and beats the person at the end. So it's way more like Spider-Man is not an immersive game. You can get immersed in it, but it's not an immersive game. I think beat 'em up games are more of like you're drawn in by the action and then you're kept there by the story. This one you have to be going with the story and then you get drawn in by there's not the action that's going to bring you in the very beginning. That's why I think if you're saying like I watched it, it didn't pull me in. I think you got to actually go in and play games like that. There are other games like that that aren't as popular as Zelda that are this like the what's the one that we talked about a couple weeks ago? It starts with an X, like the Xanade Chronicles or whatever. Those ones are super popular within a niche market,
Mhm.
but it's because people love the story of it and the role playing aspect of it. I am not drawn into it as much, but it's not because I don't like the story. It's more because I don't like the role playing game type of thing. That's why Zelda, to like me liking it so much, is kind of like off character because I don't really like those types of games.
Yeah.
But when I started playing it, and then going back to open world concept, the thing with the Breath of the Wild is you literally explore that world. It is a giant map, and you're going to all different types of places. And I like the exploring part of it. I like all that type part of it. So that's why I'm saying it's more immersive. It's like if you're watching someone go, you're watching their journey of it. But if you could do it yourself, like you could start however you want, you can go however you want, and you could build it how you want.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. But it's in the same vein of like, even if like the game was coming out, let's say this June, and there was trailers about it. There's a description of the game and what it's about and all of that, like how they normally tell you about these games. It still didn't do it for me. Sorry,
that's
it just
fair.
Didn't do it for me.
It's well, I hadn't had this in my hot takes, but I could say that's fair because I never got into the Arkham City games, and I'm sure that would make you want to do a spit take. So yeah, I just never got into the Arkham City games. Yeah,
I almost did, but it's fair. It's fair.
I played them. I've played them pretty much in full, but I just never really I don't go back and play them or anything like that. I've just never really gotten into those games.
Yeah,
but
I go back and play
again.
them.
It's based on how you feel of the game, and also like I got into Zelda when I was a kid. Like I didn't have PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that until I was much older. So like all those, that's why I love it. I can go play the new Kirby game, even though it's made for 4-year-olds, or the Yoshi games, which are made for -6-year-olds. They're the easiest games on the planet, but I'll go back and play them because that is how my favorite all-time game was Yoshi's Island. And it makes me really upset that they don't make the game like Yoshi's Island anymore. Now it's like literally like if I threw my controller at my dog, they can complete a level. Like they don't put any effort into it at all. I haven't played the newest game, by the way, but there's really no effort put into it. Like they make it super easy because Yoshi's a very easy character for kids, like little kids especially, to fall in love with, right? Like he's a dinosaur, he's got bright colors and all bright colors because he's all different colors, and then like a circular nose, circular this, like he's not threatening at all. Kids will love him. Same thing with Kirby. Like the Crystal Shards was the first N64 game I ever played, so I can go back and play Kirby games. Now they do. The funny thing with Kirby is they're like made for kids, but it's like there's an evil demon that's going to kill everybody and eat you. But you know, he's just this little pink ball that like is like da 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 da.
Yeah.
But I can go play those new ones, even though they're way easier and way dumbed down because they're for a younger audience now, which they might have been back then too. But I go back and play Crystal Shards, and it's just a different game. But I could do it because I grew up on that kind of stuff. So I could I can understand where like it doesn't really get me. Well, if you didn't really do it, then maybe it won't. But same thing on the other side. Like I didn't grow up with Xbox. I didn't grow up with PlayStation. Like Arkham City, I never really go back and do because I never really got into it. GTA, I never really went back and played because the only reason I played is because I had friends that played it online. Like other than that, I never really played it for the story because I just never could get into it because I didn't play it as a kid. Like I also can only play video games for like maybe 45 minutes and I'm off. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things with Breath of the Wild is I could take 45 minutes, complete a mission, put it off to the side and be done with it. Like that's a big thing for me as well. So I can understand. I'm saying I can understand.
Yeah, no.
But it does not mean the story is not good. I think the story is well put together. All right. I have, what did I do? My open world concept one first?
Yep.
Okay. This is an opinion I've had since Galaxy came out. And some people agree with this. Most people agree with one part of it, but maybe not the other part of it. I think Rosalina is a way better match for Mario than Peach is. Way better match than Peach is. Okay. I think she handles her own much better. Whether maybe not anymore with the movies, but back when I formulated this opinion when Galaxy came out, she handles herself way better. She does not like get captured all the time or anything like that. She can actually contribute in everything that's going on. And I just think overall it's just a better match between the two. And I think, conspiracy theory, I think that Nintendo thinks so as well, because in Super Smash Brothers, you used to get photos every time somebody joined the fight. And the photo was her in Mario's hat, like waving a wand, laughing with him in the background. Little too cutesy for it just to be friends. You know what I mean? A little too cutesy for it just to be friends.
A little too flirty.
Little bit too flirty. Now, Peach, I enjoy the character of Peach, and in Smash, especially Melee and stuff, she's a unit. Yeah. But until the movies, like her whole thing was being captured, and also she being captured, Mario saves her, and then friend zones his ass like every single time, like a little kiss on the cheek. It's like, I just beat a lizard over lava and I get a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. So that I had that opinion for a long time. I just liked Rosalina better as a character for a long time, and that's my second hot take.
I'm glad that I switched up my other hot take, because my hot take was the Mario Peach dynamic is annoying now.
Well, it's from the movies you're talking about,
No, for
or
just
just
like
overall, or
overall, like,
because it's been since 1985 that she's been getting captured
yes,
by the same turtle.
yeah, yeah, by the same turtle, and saved by the same dude. Like,
Well, Super Mario 3D Land is one of my Super Mario 3D World. Sorry, it's one of my favorite games. It's challenging, but it's not like the super challenging Mario. You can play with multiplayer and all this stuff. One of the best parts of it, though, is the whole concept is not that Peach was captured. You can actually play as Peach. She's actually the best character to play as in the game because she has the
okay.
flutter. So, like, if you're going for the flag, you fly for a minute and you can land on top of it. It's about like these fairies in a different dimension or whatever get captured by Bowser and you're trying to free them. So it's the same like capture release thing, but it's you can play as Toad, you can play as Luigi, Mario, or Peach because Peach is actually in the game. It's just a nice
See,
little.
that sounds more fun. That sounds more enticing.
And then when they did Bowser's Fury, it was the same thing. She wasn't captured. Bowser's Fury was like something was taking over Bowser, making him like even eviler and giant and all this other stuff. And you had to go to different worlds and collect things to try to like whatever, the same thing every other Mario is, but it's nice to have a little bit of a different storyline than just like, oh, Peach is captured
Exactly.
again.
Like, you can take it in so many different ways. Like, exactly how you said, Bowser's Fury. You can have Bowser not want to go capture Peach. Why does he go capture a bunch of worlds? Why don't you? And then you have to liberate all those worlds.
Yeah. I think there's a reason we don't see the 3D Marios as much because they're trying to figure out a way to do stuff like this. But I think it's a major reason why, or sorry, let me rephrase. I think the movies have become a major reason why we don't see as many new Marios because now they've made Peach like her own standing character. Where if now she's captured again, especially if kids are watching the movies and that's how they're getting into Mario, they're going to be confused. They're going to be like, why is she being captured? She's supposed to be this badass. And I'm okay with her being however you want to do, however you want to say it. She could be a badass, whatever. I'm not exactly a fan. No, she could be an empowered woman, yes. I'm not a big fan of how she's supposed to be the teacher to Mario, which they do in the movies. Like that part of it, I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't care if she's empowered. I don't care if she can hold down for herself. You could be empowered and hold down for yourself and still get captured by a 12-foot lizard. Like, that happens. Like, if Godzilla came here right now, like, yeah, he'd probably capture me. Like, because I am not Godzilla. You know what I mean? So like it still could happen in that way. Rosalina was captured in the movie. Like, she's also an empowered woman. I also don't. We can go a whole. It's not hot takes. I don't like how they're sisters. I don't even remember if we did a whole. I know we did a whole Mario 2. I don't know if I got all my takes out on it.
Yeah, no, I don't think we had enough time to get all the takes out.
We didn't have enough time to get all the takes out of it. But anyway, I think Rosalina is better than Peach for Mario. It'll never happen, but it should. I think Rosalina will be in more games, so maybe it will, because with the Galaxy and her being introduced and her being Brie Larson especially, you might see more of it.
And now that you say it, like, I wouldn't mind them releasing a Peach-centric game. Like,
they did.
Why? Which one
Peach's
was that?
Showtime.
Yeah,
Princess
but like
Peach Showtime. She was
more
the central character. It came out maybe 4 or 5 years ago, so it's not that old.
Oh, okay. But
she's had a couple. She's had a couple. She had one in the like mid to late 90s where it was just Peach, and she had one in a Game Boy game in the early 2000s. So they've dabbled with it. But the thing is, like, the problem with a Peach centric game, and this is going to sound terrible, but we're just going to go with it. All right. The problem with a Peach-centric game is it's not going to sell as much as a Mario-centric game because no matter what you do, it has to sell to the female audience. It's not like Samus. Samus will sell to everybody. Of course, Samus, that nobody knew was a girl until later, and they did that big reveal. But like Samus, you could sell to everybody. We talked. I don't know if we talked on air or off air about Lara Croft. Like, she could sell to anybody because she was introduced as the main character. When you take a character that literally spent her whole life being captured and then try to put her here, you have to make her a symbol of empowerment, which is only going to really push to one audience. Not saying everyone can't play it, but it really will naturally only push to one audience. And I think that's the big thing with having Peach as a main character now, and why you don't see the sales. You're not going to see as many games like that, because you just said they should do it more. They did it a couple of years ago. The brand new game came out. You had no idea. It's just not going to make it to you. It's not going to make it to the mainstream audience.
Well, they got to figure it out. Figure it out.
Well, you know how you could do it? Do it like they did in Super Mario 3D World, where you have all of the characters playable, and then everyone just picks Peach because Peach is the best character. That Peach and Toad are like the two best characters there. Just do that.
Just do it. Yeah.
Just do that.
That works.
All right. You got another one. Let's hear the other one.
I got another one. All right. I think Wario and Luigi are the two most underrated characters in Nintendo.
I'm so glad that you put that one up there, because my last hot take is Waluigi is the most overrated character in all of video games.
Wow. I now you have more experience with Nintendo. I just feel like I had a bunch of like Game Boy games that were Wario centric, and I loved them.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you why Waluigi wasn't there. If you want me to go into why he's super overrated, I could do that first, then you can come back if you want, because I have strong. This is a strong opinion of mine.
All right, go.
I like Waluigi, by the way. I use him a lot in the sports games, just like you're supposed to. So the reason you didn't see him as much is because Waluigi was created for Mario Tennis. Yeah. He was literally created for Mario Tennis. That's why he's always he's the best pitcher in baseball. He's the best tennis player in tennis. He's the best defender or whatever in strikers. Like he's always the best in the sport. Same with Daisy. Daisy was also created for the same.
Right.
She was created before then, but she was brought into the realm for the sports games. They wanted an opposite of each person, right? Like, so Mario has Peach and Wario. Luigi has Waluigi and Daisy. Like, they wanted that's what they want on each one. So I say that because he is so there's like no games with Waluigi, right? No games.
Yeah.
So that's not where I call for overrated, but so universally loved for like no reason. People just love Waluigi. If you go, who is your favorite? People say Waluigi. Based off of what? Like, because he can hit a tennis ball? Like, he's not in any of the games. He's in the racing game. He's in the tennis game. He's in the baseball game. He's in the soccer game. He's in all the sports games, but he's not in any of his own games. So, like, what are you basing it off of? His look? You basing it off of because he looks like Pepe Le Pew if you put him in human form? Like, I don't understand exactly what people love about the character. And I use him. He's tall. Like, I use him in a lot of the sports games, but he's not even near one of my favorite characters. I get Wario even. Wario has his own games. Wario has his own backstory. Like, well, he doesn't really even have a backstory. Yeah. Like, what is his? Yeah, he probably has one, but like, it's not one that's known. It's not in its own game because he doesn't have his own game. So like, it just drives me nuts that everyone always like Waluigi. Like, I love Waluigi. Why? Because he's not in any games? Is it because he's so underserved? Like, yes, I agree he's underrated in the fact that he doesn't have any games, but he's overrated in the fact that 90% of Nintendo fans love him for some reason. It makes no sense. He sucks in Smash. Like, that's one you see sometimes, right? Like, I love freaking whoever because in Smash they're great. What I can't even think. Cloud. Like, I love Cloud because you never played any of the games Cloud's in, which are the Kid Icarus games or whatever. No, Cloud's not in Kid Icarus. I
have no idea.
Whatever. You never played the game, but you love the character because of Smash. Totally makes sense. Waluigi sucks when he was in Smash. Like, he's not good. I don't even think he came back because he was so bad. Like, I don't even know if he was in Smash. I can't even think off the top of my head if he was in Smash. Like, I just don't understand why so many people love him. Wario, I'm okay with. Underrated. That's fine. I know a lot of people that like Wario because of like his character and his games and how his games are so crazy and like out there. They're not like any Mario game. They're just their own thing. But Waluigi is not in any of his own mainstream games, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, to me, it's more for Wario, I guess, because I played with him a lot when I had a Game Boy, and it just seems to me like he just kind of fell off. And with a character that has a backstory, like you said, and has this this following of people, it's like, why aren't we getting a little more games for him? Like, why aren't we seeing him in things? Like, why in the hell was he not a character in the new movies? Like,
Well, I
he's
think
that
he's going
popular.
to be. I think
He's
he's
going to
going
be,
to be
but
soon.
it's like, to me, you're missing a great a great opportunity of bringing someone in, and you could get a great voice actor for him, and he would shine. He would absolutely shine.
But you're talking about the movies that went from like Mario doesn't know how to jump to now we're at Galaxy. They skipped
Yeah.
every single game in between. So like
Yes.
it's hard to go based on that. But I can tell you why there's not a game. There has been a new Mario 3D game in almost 10 years. So they're not going to bring a Wario game in first. You got to bring a if they brought a Wario 3D game in first, people will go crazy. I think there was one kind of recently, a WarioWare game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know off the top of my head because I don't really play the WarioWare games. I have, and they're like almost like puzzle games and stuff like that. They're a lot, like I said, they're not like any other Mario game, and I can
Right.
understand why people like that. Like he has an actual story in a game. It's just Waluigi doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense to me. They just like how the character's designed. Like you should like a character more than just how they're designed. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
if so
know. I
many
guess
people
that
like
could be
him, like,
part of it, but
why aren't we not giving him a backstory? Why aren't we giving him something
because he's not a great
to give someone?
character. Everyone thinks he's a great character. He's not a great character. He can play sports. Great. That's his backstory. He's an athlete.
Yeah, that's his backstory.
Freaking athlete, bro. Speaking of athlete, this isn't a hot take. This is the coldest take of all time. Just Nintendo, make a new Mario baseball game. Just
Yeah, we've been saying that. Or just do another
do it.
sport. Do something fun.
No, not another sport. Specifically, do Mario Baseball. The last Mario Baseball came out in like 2003. Specifically, do Mario Baseball. Actually, it might have been 2008. It might have been Super Sluggers 2008. That's almost 20 years ago. Like, do a new baseball game. It's still people still play the first game. They modded it to play online. There's online leagues. They're desperate for it. Put the game out. Put all the characters out. And if you want to drop new things, do the first 4 stadiums and then drop new stadiums as it goes. Or like whatever the amount of captains, give them their stadiums, and then give Luigi a stadium. Then give Daisy a stadium. I think they have stadiums in Super Sluggers, but like give these other character stadiums, whatever you want to do. Add new characters. Make it like Mario Kart, where we're adding new characters constantly. Now Link comes in. Now Kirby comes in. Like, do that. Just do it. Make a new game. The system's out. It would be cool. Switch 2's here. Come on.
It would be cool if they did all that, like each character has their own stadium, but then put in kind of like famous baseball stadiums, like Yankee Stadium and
that's a whole other rights thing they'd have to do.
Yeah, but like,
or at least do one. Put the Tokyo Dome in there.
Yeah.
Why not? That'd be awesome. The
That'd
Mario and Mario Baseball is supposed to be based off Sahara O. I hope I said that right, or Sadara O, who was like he's the all-time home run leader in Japan's history. Like, he's a multi-time MVP, multi-time winner, became a manager, won a bunch of championships over in Japan there. That's who he's supposed to be based off of, his hitting style. That's why he does like the big leg kick like that. That's what he did when he hit. Like, that's why he does all that. So like, put the Tokyo Dome in there, or put some stadiums we don't know from Japan in there. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to showcase that. It'd be much easier than getting Yankee Stadium. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
it's possible to get Yankee Stadium. You can get some of these other ones, but it does take a little bit, puts more realism in it, and I don't think they want that. So in Super Sluggers, they have like their own stadiums. All the captains have their own stadium, and all the big characters do. Like Goomba doesn't, but Mario, Luigi, Daisy, Mario has Mario Stadium, Luigi has Luigi's Mansion, Peach has Daisy's Cruiser, Daisy has Daisy Cruiser, Peach has her castle. Like, everybody has their own stadiums, but like add different ones. That's fine. Like, maybe Goomba Stadium if you want, or Koopa Stadium, or it could be like Delfino Island. Like, and forget characters. Like, you have Mario Stadium, and now you just have Delfino Island, which is its own stadium. You have one of the worlds in Odyssey that's its own stadium. You have Hyrule, that's just its own stadium when Link comes in. Like, just, you can add things to it later on. Where the problem with the Mario sports games now is they never catch on, because they're like, all right, here's a new sports game. It has no story mode, and the online mode's laggy, and also we're going to give you 4 characters. But in a month, we'll give you all of them. It's like, just give them to me now. Like, why do I gotta wait a month? This isn't a trial. I paid my $60. What are we talking about?
Insane.
But
I just that's a good cake.
100%. The day they announce Mario Baseball, there will be an emergency live pod. The second it happens, whether you're on it or not, there will be an emergency live pod. God damn it! And we'll be sitting there watching it and going off. It'll be the longest pod of all time because I need it. I need it. Anyway, those are our hot takes. I'm sure you're all gonna hate them based on the comments that we get, but we're glad that you were here and listening to them. You can find our clips that you guys are commenting on so nicely at Sketching Up Podcast on all social medias. You can also follow us. You can also subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Apple, Spotify, or on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe there as well. So go do that. Join the conversation. It's been really fun. Make sure you join the Discord. I have a Sketching Up section there. Now I'm just kind of fine-tuning it so when episodes release, they go into the Sketching Up section. We'll also have conversations and stuff like that there. And the best part about Discord is you get early access to episodes. So we're going to start putting episodes there. You'll get early access. So go ahead, go to the Discord and sign up. It's in the description. What do you got to end this?
I'm just I did have one more thing, and we don't have to get into it.
Okay.
But another video game hot take is that I know that we're getting a Wolverine game that's not open world. It's just like straightforward playthrough.
It's straightforward, yeah.
Which is fine. But Warner Brothers and Marvel need to expand their games into other characters. Like, I don't know why we haven't gotten a Superman game. I don't know why we haven't gotten like something cool, like a space Green Lantern game.
I feel like every time they do a Superman game, they screw it up. I feel like it's just really hard to do a Superman game without him being just super overpowered.
Well, you can say the same thing for Wolverine, who heals.
Yeah.
And he has adamantium. Like, he can't get killed by a bullet. It's the same thing as being bulletproof. Like, you can do it. I can
also like laser people from miles away and just like, I don't know. If I'm tell me if I stand corrected, but there's been the Superman games. They've always just been like rough plays. Like the Arkham City games, people love. Spider-Man, people love. But when they do Superman, for some reason, like it just doesn't hit the same. And I don't know what it is.
We're not getting what we as fans want. Like, if you could have a game that is centered around Superman, Clark Kent in Metropolis, being dual identity, like going out and finding stories and also being Superman, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. No Superman, just Clark Kent.
Clark Kent, just finding new stories left and right.
Right. And getting hairstyles no one can tell the difference of. That's a good one, though. That's a good one.
But yeah, like even that, like, I would love, because we have a lot of games that are set in space and traveling to different worlds and stuff like that. That fits so well with Green Lantern. Like, do a Green Lantern game.
I feel like your opinion is way further on the DC side, because if I'm thinking about it, there was a Deadpool game, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy game, there's Spider-Man, there's Wolverine. They kind of have, and there was the Avengers game, whether people liked it or not. Like, there was an Avengers game. They really have kind of expanded their video game realm. I mean, all those games came out in the last like 10 years. It's really DC that has it. I mean, they really haven't even had a video game in how long?
Yeah, and
overall.
Like it's just like you're just kind of beating the same drum, which I love. All the
Batman,
like Batman. It's fun, but like you have so many other great characters that you could do stuff with. It's like it would be cool to do like a New Gods game. Like all the New Gods. You can play as Mr. Miracle, which you have to just get out of traps all the time. Like that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, do a Justice League game.
Do like Marvel did with the Avengers and its Avengers game, and then it becomes an online beat 'em up game. Like, why not?
Yeah, but I know they're not going to do another Justice League game because the Suicide versus Justice League did so horrible.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think it's more of a DC side of things where like they just haven't had good success in the video games, but hey, they're building, they're growing, they're getting there overall with the DC extended universe. Is it still the DCU now, or is it DCEU, or is it? It's just DCU now.
DCU, yeah.
It's still EU. They didn't
I
get rid of the
believe so.
EU. Nah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe
So,
they'd
yeah.
get rid of that at this point. Anyway, thank
That
you
was
guys
my-
for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for
Yeah.
putting up with us for another episode of Sketching Up. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace. Happy 4th.